Okay, good afternoon, class. So today is the second module of our lesson for the entrepreneurship. So the title for this module is Job Opportunities for Entrepreneurship as a Career. Again, this is taken from module 2 of first quarter of the first semester. Okay, are you ready? Okay, first is we're going to have an activity. The first thing that you need to do is to write about your talents, abilities, skills, and self-interest that you have. This is what we call the business opportunity. So before we jump into the next lesson, we need to identify first what are the abilities that we possess or possesses. Okay. Then also, I would like you to ask the same questions to at least two of your relatives at home. So, same questions. What are their talents, abilities, skills, and self-interest? And the next is, what other qualities do you think they need to improve more? Okay, something like that. And same questions with yourself as well. Okay, after answering that questions, you can already see what are the strengths and weaknesses that you have, and even those families identified at home. Okay, these are the things that we're going to discuss, and for you to know some of the skills that an entrepreneur must possess, or maybe that you can develop. What are the most important skills of entrepreneurs needs and 10 skills you need to have as an entrepreneur? Let's discuss one by one. The first is curiosity. Great entrepreneurs are tasked to discover new problems, reveal potential niche opportunities, refactor the original business process, and innovate. This is contingent on being passionate about different fields of study and business cases outside of one's comfort zone. The second is the time management. Carefully or careful priority planning, defining milestone, execution, and iteration are all important. None of that would lead toward progress without the right project management and time allocation methodology that gets the work done. Next is the strategic thinking. Learning to decompose a problem to its core and reveal opportunities for growth. Figuring out creative solution and identifying the low-hanging fruits. Defining the scope for the MVP and testing concepts within limited time and with a low budget. So that's strategic thinking. So more on planning. The next is efficiency. You need a high performance when it comes to solving a problem, applying the 80 to 20 rule and other techniques for yielding higher results in less time, switching between different chores and progressing effectively day to day. Next is the entrepreneurs must be resilient, handling rejections, stress, burnouts, lack of focus, slow progress, determination, and eagerness to fight the same dragon every morning is instrumental when it comes to building a business from scratch. Next, we have communication. Crisp and concise communications is paramount for each interaction with clients, partners, peers, and prospects. We have networking. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have to possess these skills. Growing a network facilitates business opportunities, partnership deals, finding subcontractors or future employees. It expands the horizon of PR and conveying the right message on all fronts. Next is finance. Okay. Finance management will make or break a business. Handling resources properly and carefully assessing investments compared to ROI or return of investments is a sole requirements for entrepreneurs. Next is we have branding. Okay. Branding, a consistent personal and business brand tailored to the right audience, igniting brand awareness and new verticals. So we will learn more about this branding when we comes to the seven P's of the marketing mix. Next is we have sales. Being comfortable doing outreach and creating new business opportunities, finding right sales channels that convert better and investing heavily in developing them. Building sales funnels and predictable revenue opportunities for growth. Those are the qualities that or skills that need for entrepreneurs to develop. If you think that some of those or maybe all of those skills you have right now, so you have the great potential to become a successful entrepreneurs. Okay. So right now, let's have some self-assessment. Okay. You yourself will figure out if you are a sort of persons like an entrepreneur or maybe some field of expertise or any kind of careers that you can think of. So we have some guide questions in order for you to be assisted if you are a great entrepreneur. Okay, and these are the following. All you have to do is to answer it yes or a no. Say, for example, in number one, I think that a routine pattern of life with regular working hours suit me best. Is it a yes or a no? Number two, I have always thought and acted by myself. Is it a yes or a no? So all you have to do is to answer these following items, whether yes or no. Okay? So I'll give you a little more time to answer this activity. Okay. So once you've done, you have to evaluate whether how many yes or yeses and how many no's. If you have more yes than no, it means that you have the making of entrepreneur, and congratulations for that. So activity number three. We posted a video link for you yes, for us to watch, and let's watch this video and analyze what the speaker are telling us more about entrepreneurship. Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's Michael E. Gerber speaking to you from Carlsbad, California. Today, I want to talk about a guy named Dan Clark. Dan Clark is a speaker who's been speaking, I think, all his life. He's also got a photographic memory, which means he doesn't forget anything. When I listened to Dan Clark at an event we did together, I swear the guy knocked me for a loop. He was the funniest guy I've ever heard. Funny, 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 funny. But I got to share something that underneath it, something terrible resided there. Now, Dan, if you're listening to me, hear me. I'm your best friend in the world. I believe so much in what you do and what you have the ability to do. But you're proof positive that the work I've done over all these years is the most important work any company can do. And that is to transform a technician into an entrepreneur. So hear me. When Dan tells the story, and he tells these stories, and he tells these stories, and he tells these stories, I mean, he's got a gazillion of them. The particular story that blew me away the most, I don't even know if it's going to make you laugh. But understand, he talks about his 93-year-old mother who decided it was time to exercise to get healthy. And so she took up to walking 5 miles a day. And Dan said she started this with such an absolute determination. Mom, 5 miles a day? You're 93. She said, Dan, just like I did you, I'm going to do it. Hear me. And so she set out, he said, 5 miles a day, 5 miles a day. And I swear we haven't seen her since. Mom's still walking. Dan's still talking. On and on and on and on. Not understanding at all what this is all about. That's what I want you to understand, what this is all about. It's not about doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, no matter how good you are at doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it. No matter how much you've convinced yourself that you found your purpose in life, to talk, to talk, to talk, to talk, to walk, to walk, to walk, to walk. This is not about why we're here. We're here to discover our purpose in life, what moves us in life, to transform the state of the world in life. And we don't do that by doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it. We do that by creating it, creating it, creating it, creating it, so that other people can do it, can do it, can do it. So they can then create it and create it and create it, and on and on and on. The evolution of the enterprise from a company of one to a company of 1,000. What every single one of my co-authors have actually done, when they think about the work they set out to do as technicians, they suddenly came to realize that wasn't what they were there to do. They were there to create a system so the world could improve over and over and over again. Join me in Radical You. Join me in my next video. But do this and do this and be clear about this. You're not here to become better at what you do. You're here to create an enterprise that replicates what you do in a way that other ordinary people can do it. You do that, and you have followed God's movement into this space. You're transforming the state of the world. This is Michael E. Gerber speaking to you from Carlsbad, California, telling you you got a job to do, and there's no time to waste. 1 minute, you're 24, and the next minute, you're gone. See you soon.
Okay, class. So, what a great advice from a great author and businessman, entrepreneur, Michael Gerber. I have one book of the one he wrote, and I really love that book. So, the Emit. So, it's talk uh, about Sarah, okay, who's cooking about pizza and so on, and he was able to give an advice on how to become not only to be a technician but rather to become an entrepreneur. Okay, so let's follow these guide questions in order for us to get the main meat of the video. Okay, all you have to do is to answer it. You can review once again the video and find out what will be the best answer for the following questions. The first question is, what did you learn from the video? So there's a lot of advice that Michael Gerver have given to us. So think of that. You can write, um, you can take note of the things that he gave to us. So that will be your assignment for this. So next is you have to compare the similarities and the differences between the technician and entrepreneur. So one of the things that he mentioned about this is the difference between technician and entrepreneur. And the book that I have also talk about the technician and becoming an entrepreneur. Okay. And even the difference between the manager and the entrepreneur. Okay, so that's the three individuals are involved in the book. One is technician, the second is the manager, and then the entrepreneur. So they are a separate being. Okay. Number three, um, what does the technician need to do in order to become an entrepreneur? So what are the things or what are the advices that we hear from Michael Gerver in order to help these technicians to become an entrepreneur? So answer that questions, okay? Okay, some of the reflections that we came across with the video, these are the following. Okay, one works in the business, and the other one is work on the business. So when you think of this, there's a differences like in and on. One of the rules of thumb in the business is you have to work on the business, not just in it. So meaning there's a difference between working on and working in the business. So that's one of the reflections that we can learn from that video. So next is one is dependent on the loan technician and the other is dependent on the system. Okay. There is another difference between dependent on the technician, the one that who is doing the business or doing the job, and the other one is dependent on the system that he has in his business. So, okay, next is one is measured by the hour, okay, in order for him to be paid, and the other one is measured by the impact or the what we call the production, okay, or even the efficiency and productivity. That's the other one, besides from measuring by the hour. Okay, the technician creates a job, the entrepreneurs create a company with a dream, a vision, a purpose, and mission that can ultimately be run by other people. So look at that difference. Okay. So when technicians see just create a job, he will just do this job or his job. But an entrepreneurs create a vision. What will be the next? He has this what we call end in mind. Next is if you truly want to become an entrepreneur, you don't need to work at being better and what you do. So sinabi niya yon. Di lang doing what is good or best or better, but you need to work at creating the system, a processes that can replicate what is that you do flawlessly. Wow, what a great advice from him, from our speaker. Okay, that's all for today. So all we have to do is to double check your module, answer the following questions that are being asked of you by your teacher, and we'll see on the next lesson. Thank you.